Hello! I thought I'd do a cooking video. It's been a long time. Now, the reason I haven't done a cooking video in a while is basically because, well, I haven't. I haven't decorated this room properly yet. And in the old kitchen, my old house, it was actually quite good because I could have the camera on the other side of the worktop and then film, so I could film me here and then have the worktop in front of me. I can't do that with this one. It's all down on the side. Although I have got another camera up here. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll know that this camera up here is really unreliable. It used to be my main camera. I almost never use it now because basically, well, it's knackered. The fact it's working now is a miracle. If I touch the zoom or let it autofocus, it will just die basically. So I've got this. I won't touch the zoom, and I'm not going to touch the focus. I've got it on manual focus now to keep it locked, and it seems to be all right. It's like every so often it freaks out. So I'm going to cook a lasagna. Got some meat here. The problem is with this setup, this is kind of pointing down right here in front. If I can adjust the tripod, I can show you. There you go, it just focuses on this bit here. So I don't have anything there over the hob, so I'd have to move this tripod around to get that, which is annoying. So yeah, once I figure out a more permanent setup for the kitchen, then I'll make more cooking videos. I just wanted to make one because I haven't done one in a while. So I can do that. Now you've got the hob there now, but now it's kind of like, oh, there you go. Chin. Hello, Chin. Yeah, so... yeah, I need to figure this out, and because that one is over there, I need a rail. You know those sliding rails, the tracks you can get for the cameras? I need one on the wall where I can slide it across, so I can film the worktop and the wall, but I can't afford that right now. Give me lots of money on Patreon and I'll be able to buy one. Woo! So, I need a frying pan. Right, so I've got the frying pan here. I'm going to put the meat in. Does this just peel back? I don't need to cut it. Alright, I know it's quite fashionable at the moment on YouTube to be vegetarian or vegan. I'm sorry, I'm not. I do actually quite like the corn mince though. The that you can get, which is vegetarian or vegan even. I do actually quite like it, and sometimes I do use it. But the problem I have with it is about half an hour later, I'm starving, absolutely starving. So, which is why I don't tend to eat it. I don't know why it affects me so much. I mean, like, I actually, if I have a lasagna with corn mince, or if I have like a spaghetti bolognese using the corn mince, about half an hour later, I actually feel more hungry than what I was before I ate anything. So that's not very good. Right, so I'm going to cook the meat. So I have to adjust the camera. Which is slightly annoying. You see, I haven't. Once I get a proper setup, like work out camera positions and where I can put everything, then I'll do more kitchen videos. This video is more for me to just try and work it out, really. So obviously this isn't really working. What if I lower this down? That isn't working because now you're just looking at my belly. And if I lean over the hob like that, it can get us both in. There we go. Just burn my face so to get the camera shot. While that's warming up, I am going to cut up some vegetables. I've only got one little cutting board at the moment. I need to realistically get some better cutting boards. These carrots aren't the best. They're actually a few days old. And I don't have a peeler. I thought I had a peeler. So when I moved here, I bought all like the basic things that you'd need, like you know, cutlery, utensils and stuff, and all all the bits and bobs that you need in a kitchen. And I thought I got a peeler, but obviously I didn't because I don't have a peeler anyway. So anyway, I'm just peeling it now with knife. I should probably, look, there we go, if I move this, you can now see some really bad peeling here with my knife. So if I had a proper peeler, then I could do a better job. Now, I did have like the idea of like, I've got all the pasta slices, the lasagna slices. What I was going to do, I was going to cut out letters on them. Obviously it's a bit hard while they're hot like this. I was going to soak them in water and then cut out the letters and make out the word bitch for bitch lasagna, and then be like, subscribe to PewDiePie. But you know what? I really can't be bothered. I think he's going to lose the fight to T-Series. So anyway, I'm going to throw, where are my carrots? So here we go. It's actually a long time since I made a video with a double video track. Editing just one video track is so much easier when you've got the two tracks, this one and the camera up there. That's like twice as much editing. It takes twice as long. And the editing software I use isn't really brilliant for that, and I use it because it is quite a simple editing software, which is why I use it, which is why I like using it, because you can do most things. Hello. You can do most things quite quickly and simply. If you've got just the single video track, it actually works quite well for that. But when you start doing double video tracks, it's not really the best for that. I probably should have had these onions prepared first. Come on, skin. I don't actually know how old this onion is. It's quite old. That's really why the skin isn't peeling off. It's glued to it. Actually, no, older onions, the skin comes off easier, doesn't it? It's been in my fridge a while, let's put it that way. See, I definitely need to get proper chopping boards. This is actually a chopping board from an old sink. That's why it's this shape, because like it was a double sink, so it'd have one bit was the main sink, and then the second one was like you get the little bit next to it sometimes. This went over that. I'm going to use the bigger knife. These knives aren't that sharp. I can't remember where I got them. Might have been Poundland actually, somewhere like that. They're not that sharp. Probably sharpen them up. This is not a how-to video or anything, because I often do how-to videos and then say this is how you do this. This isn't that. This is not how to make a lasagna. You want to know how to make a lasagna, there are loads of videos on YouTube. In fact, do you know, I actually typed in how to make a lasagna, and the first video that came up, I wasn't on YouTube, I was on Google, and I typed it in, but I did it came up with a YouTube video. But it's just a glorified advert for craft foods. So if this one, my main camera, I can use the zoom. I can't touch the zoom on my other one, it will break it. I mean, I have mentioned in a previous video, but they said it would cost, to fix the camera would basically cost the same amount of money as to buy a new one. Which is why I've got a new one! Although it's not that new, I've had this camera a little while now actually. So I think normally at this point what I do is I put some kind of gravy products on there to moisten it up, but I don't have any gravy. But I do have a can of tomatoes, because it looks quite dry. Alright, so I'm using a Domino lasagna sauce. What was this one? This was Tesco's tomatoes and Morrison's lasagna slices. So yeah, going all over. This video is not sponsored by anyone. This is the dish I'm going to use. I'm going to put it there. I don't need that anymore. So what I'm going to do It's really annoying that I can't zoom. I mean, I want to zoom in on this a bit more, but I just can't risk it because the camera is so temperamental. You adjust it in the slightest way, it just breaks. So I might have to, I can just manually zoom in on the edit. It's not as sharp an image, but it will do. I'm going to just layer it on. That's pretty much cooked. Oh, I'm going to start warming up the oven. And remember to put it in. Yesterday I was cooking my lunch and I forgot to put the food in the oven. So yeah, I went to eat it. It's like, oh, it's sitting on top of the hob completely raw. That's really annoying. So I have to remember to put it in the oven. Right, so I'm going to use a spoon. Right, let's see if I can get everything into the camera shot. There we go. How's that? Get that out. Them. I'll keep them in the shot. Right, so I'm going to use a spoon. I don't need that. Got that, so let's just put this on. Nice and I'm going to put a nice thin layer on. Then I'm going to put a thin layer of pasta sauce. Not pasta sauce, yeah. Then I'm going to put more of this on. Then I'm going to put more of this on. I don't think it really matters which order you layer it on, as long as it all goes on there. Okay, then I'm going to put another layer of this on. Then I'm going to put another layer of this. And I'm going to do another layer of this. And another layer of this. Then another layer of this. Let's just keep it all on. Good thing about it not being able to zoom in, having it kind of wide, I kind of know that I'm getting everything in the shot. Just put on all the rest of the juices, don't want it drying out. Another layer of this. That would do. Another layer of that. I'm going to top it off with some cheese. Now this is where owning a grater would come in handy. I don't own a grater. So it was brilliant in my old place because I just used all the stuff that was already in that kitchen. But that wasn't my stuff I was using. That was my parents' stuff. So this is all my stuff now. Actually, to be honest, this dish is actually my mum's. I buried it and I haven't returned it. But never mind. But everything else is mine now, which is why I don't have everything I want. Okay, there we go. That will do. Right, I'm going to throw that in the oven and then see what that looks like when it's done. Alright. So, I'm going to put this on here. Close this up. Don't need oven gloves because it isn't really that hot yet. I'm going to just turn it on. Alright, so while this is cooking, I'm actually going to edit the first half of this video. Not that it really makes any difference to you watching it. And then, by the time I finished editing this bit, putting both tracks for this camera and this camera together, it should be ready to eat. Alright, so I've done all the editing. Well, I say all the editing. I've done the preliminary editing, making sure everything's synced up. I need to switch between this camera and this camera, which by the time you watch this, you'd have seen me do it. I did notice, however, while I was editing, there's horrible like buzzy noise. It goes, and I was like, what the hell's that? Because like, I'm using a RØDE microphone on this camera, and I've got all the audio settings correct. So I switched to see if this one was better. And that sounded even worse, but what it is, which I've realised as I've come back in here, it's the oven is buzzing. That is what's making the noise. It's a fan oven, so you can hear the fan whirring around. So yeah, that's something I have to look out for in the future. Also, my fridge freezer, which is behind the camera. That makes a right racket sometimes as well. Anyway, but this should be done. So let's have a look. Right, so here it is. You can see it's bubbling away. The lasagna sheets are very much crispy here. Hopefully the ones underneath will be alright. And the cheese is completely been killed. I don't actually know how long I was actually cooking it for. It's basically, I just edited the video, so it could have been in there for quite a long time. Let's see, now I know sometimes a clip of the clock got shown in the edit. So as you can see here, it is now 8:30. So I don't know, if you really care, you can go back and watch my video and see what time the clock says and then work out how long it was in the oven for. Now the thing is, how does it taste? That is the question. So I need to get some cutlery and try eating it. So I've been using this tray quite a lot. I just basically whack my food on there and then eat on the sofa in front of the telly. So this is actually quite a large meal just for myself, and it's 8:30 in the evening, and I haven't actually eaten anything today. That's not true. I had chocolate this morning and I've had a piece of toast. So let's see what this is like. Right, so yeah, these burnt bits of pasta aren't really cutting, but where it's still moist, that does cut. Let's see what we've got. It's quite hot, you can see the steam coming out. Oh, it tastes unlike any lasagna I've ever eaten before, but I quite like it, so I'm going to carry on. So next kitchen video I do, hopefully I'll have some kind of idea what I'm doing with the camera work and stuff, and I might have a better setup. I don't know, or I might just muddle on with what I've got. I don't know. I mean, see, the camera on the wall isn't the best thing. I mean, it's okay, but I say I want it on a track that can slide like that. The only tracks I've seen are designed to go flat. I haven't actually seen any for walls, but we'll see. I mean, I could get like a flat one and then rig up some system to stick it on the wall so it can go backwards and forwards. I don't know what else I'm going to do. We'll see, but that's going to be a long way off in the future. That's an extremely low priority. I don't even have curtains yet. I mean, I'm going to buy them before I start buying any camera tracks. But I'm going to eat this. If you like this video, subscribe. One day I'll do more. In March, I'm going to try and do a film review every day. So I'm recording this middle of February, and at the moment I've got 4 videos scheduled, and I've got 1 to watch. So that only gets me to the 5th day. Yeah, I really need to pick up my game on that. So anyway, we'll see how it does. If you're watching this after March, you'll know if I succeeded or not. Anyway, see ya, bye.